We're finally getting a Splatoon 3 Direct. Took ya long enough, Nintendo. Gave up hope for a bit. We know almost nothing about the game. Sure, we've got some returning weapons, a few fashion posts on Twitter, and a Salmon Run announcement, but since the first Direct that announced Splatoon 3 a year and a half ago, we haven't really heard about much. Man, we've been waiting for so long. It's finally time. It's here. The Direct we've all been waiting for. But what can we expect? What could be revealed? Are we hyping up this Direct for absolutely no reason? The information in the Splatoon 3 Direct is a complete mystery. No matter how legitimate Pufu's amazing design skills look, there really haven't been any huge leaks about the game, so we're kind of on our own in the sense of predicting here. What we can use, however, is the Splatoon 2 Direct. Granted, this thing came out like 5 years ago, which means its style is probably a bit outdated, but it's the closest thing we have to what Nogami's mind is like, so we're gonna use it. We'll most likely get an overview of what Splatoon is. It's a relatively newer IP compared to Nintendo's catalog of 20-plus-year-old games. They'll also show us the same stuff we've been seeing for months. The bow in action, the Spider-Man special, Killer Whale special, a couple new maps that we've seen through Twitter, and that Turf War match that they uploaded a few months ago, and a bunch of clothes. Man, even if you hate Twitter, just go follow Nintendo. There's so much shadow-dropped information all the time. I'm expecting to see a few more returning weapons that haven't been announced yet. We have all the basics in each weapon category, but specific sets have been left out, hopefully on purpose to announce later and not because they've been completely removed from the game. I wouldn't mind new weapons, of course, I guess if they absolutely have to be replaced, but if my dually squelchers don't come back, I'll riot. Tetras though, I don't care if you like them or if they're good to you, I just don't. Get them out. Please, I don't want to look at them anymore. I'm not salty, you're salty. There's a good chance we'll see more new weapons. We've got a decent number to start with already, but this is Splatoon. Splatoon's all about the different weapon classes and finding which style works for you and your team. Splatoon 2 came with a decent number of weapons, some on release and some over time through content updates. We need all the weapons we can get, if we get updates. But Splatoon 3 needs content updates. We've grown to expect this because of how Splatoon 2 was handled and just the gaming scene in general. The frequent updates keep games fresh and force players to return to keep the hype alive. I have no doubt we'll hear about some information regarding new content throughout the game's lifetime. More weapons, new stages, possibly even a new ranked mode again? Though Clanbits did come after the Splatoon 2 Direct. And definitely new Splatfests, unless they come up with some type of event like Inkfests instead. I think it's safe to say that Splatfests are probably returning. Back in the Splatoon 2 Direct, a free demo for the game was announced a week before release. This demo included the game's unofficial first Splatfest that was free to play for everyone. The demo ran for a few hours to let players experience Splatoon before the game finally released. God, I really hope that returns, especially if we aren't getting a test fire. One or the other, Nintendo, you can't take both away from us, okay? I'm still hoping for a test fire to actually happen. I know they don't really have to test the Switch servers since, we've been doing that with Splatoon 2 and Mario Kart and Animal Crossing and Switch Sports, but there's still hope, right? I'm also expecting to get some ranked information. Are we gonna get X rank back right away or just stick with S+ until a few months into release again? Are we getting a new ranked mode? Is Clanblitz coming back? I think they'll follow the Splatoon 2 model of keeping the new mode a secret, if we do get one. But I'm hoping it's one of the big news drops in the Direct. The presentation is 30 minutes long, that's plenty of time to show off all the stuff we already know, as well as completely explain a new ranked mode. And we'll probably see a little bit of Salmon Run, maybe a few new stages, some new bosses. Hopefully we'll get information on the Mr. Grizz saga. Maybe he's tied to the story mode. Speaking of which, we'll definitely hear something about the single player, and in turn, the new idols as well. If there are new idols, it's entirely possible we could stick with the 4 we have. We've already seen both Callie and Marie in promo images, but I'm pretty sure most people would be a little upset if we didn't get even one new idol. And Nintendo has to be aware of this. So I'm prepared to see new idols. I'm fully expecting to see the new amiibos as well. We haven't seen anything about them, and Nintendo's not going to pass up the opportunity to make more money. I'm assuming we haven't seen them yet because the new idols haven't been revealed. The most we've gotten for physical merch are these adorable plushies, which I think are real. It's from Pufu. I think they're real, and I'm not being duped. Either way, I want one. The amiibos will most likely have the same mechanic as in Splatoon 2. Right now we can use them to hold our gear loadouts as well as take a picture with them in the square. Nothing crazy, but Nintendo has never really been about paying to win, so it is what it is. Speaking of which, the ESRB, the American Rating System for Video Games, rated Splatoon 3 E10+ for cartoon violence and in-game purchases. This usually has to do with consumers being able to purchase items for real money in-game. I doubt Nintendo will go the whole mobile game loot box route, but it makes me hopeful for an awesome DLC in the future. I really want this direct to shine a light on a lot of missing information. We've seen some stuff, but there's so much we don't know. There are still weapons that are missing, the idols are complete mystery, and we've only seen a handful of specials. I hope anything and everything gets revealed. I've been staring at the backgrounds of these Twitter posts trying to drum up any clues or hints with zero success. Nintendo has been very tight-lipped about what Splatoon 3 will look like. I'm excited to be excited about Splatoon again, and I can't wait for you all to join back in the fun. Now, bring my Dooley Squelchers back, please. Thanks.